An understatement, okay? Woo!
A very strong understatement. Cause Empress Janetta, while you was away, I had to move out my house. I'm back down in freaking Florida with my daughter right now, trying to see where I'm getting ready to go touch back down at. Because my house had a methane gas leak in it.
Well, mine caught on fire. Remember with the electricity coming through with the shot, it blew the box off the side out, like the side of my house caught on fire and fried all my only phone that didn't fry was my business phone because it was in the car. Every TV, every toaster, whatever was plugged up, new refrigerator, new everything. Yep. Oh, I'm cool
It's
though.
going down for real. That's why I put that post in there about house protection and crystals and stuff. Like, we're going to talk about all of that and just what we all done been doing in general to try to stay spiritually protected and protect ourselves because it's
Yeah.
getting realer than real out here. I don't know how y'all feeling, but triller than trill. You
Yep.
understand?
It's a fact.
Real
We've been
deal.
on the house protection like even more. So we look breaking up the red brick dirt, like extra crit. Like we done had to go really above and beyond recently. Like, yeah.
Well,
So
I feel the only reason why my house didn't burn down is because I got a crystal grid around it. Remember, I told you I got my cloud busters and
mhm.
shit. I mean, that because
Yeah.
it probably could have blew up instead of just flying a wire all the way to the box on the side of the house. The one that's in the back and the wire, right?
Yeah.
But no, I got it. I was like, well, just think if I didn't have all those things, you made me so crazy. They say I
Yeah.
had all this stuff around my land, like, hey,
Yeah.
and that lady said, and the guy came out, it fried all the way, and like we have underground wires too, right? There's a fucking burnt spot, like stop right, like 2 feet from my house.
Yep. Because
Yep.
all that frequency was able to be a little,
All
at
that,
least certain
yeah,
dissipated to a little bit because the
Yeah.
crystals was able to
But
take it
yeah.
guess what?
in.
Guess what it stopped there for? I know we waiting for everybody else, but guess what it stopped in front of? Remember we was making them pyramid things. Remember we was doing the pyramid.
Yeah.
I have like a big gigantic, like the dirt I got from the graveyard was there, and I made like a
Mm-hmm.
little altar right there, right? That shit stopped like bow right there. It could have blew
Hmm.
my whole house up, and it was right by the gas line, right over here. So I'm cool
Oh
about that. I was
yeah.
like, I can get some new shit. I just can't get a new me. I mean, I can get new me too. But I'm just saying, my grandkids was over there. It was ridiculous.
Hmm.
Have
But y'all was
mercy,
well
man.
protected and well
Y'all
respected
was
about the yeah.
exactly, and that's what it's gonna be about. Shit gonna happen, y'all. It's bound to. But long as your protection up and stuff, you'll still be protected and get through it. Just another
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
experience.
Yeah, we got one of
But you
our
know what? It
sisters.
actually felt good to me. To be honest with you, it felt good not to have no electronics. I was thinking clear to the motherfucker, okay? I was thinking
Hmm.
so. I didn't have no Wi-Fi in my house. I ain't have nothing. Look, I actually could hear myself think without being in meditation. Like, it was like, it was so serene around here. What, no click, no clacks,
Man,
no clocks, no bings, no bangs. I was geeked. I was like,
you
I don't
was
even know
Yeah.
if I
just
want to go back, to be
disconnected,
honest.
man. Um,
I don't think
No,
I
they
want all that
frequencies
stuff
is
hooked
fucked
up for
up.
real. Because remember the elf ways we be talking about? I was like, I'm
yeah.
cool without that. Like, I mean, I like to have my stuff on, but I'm like, it was so serene and quiet. I mean, you can hear yourself breathe. Like, my grandkids like, oh, God, we ain't got the Wi-Fi. We'll go to your mammy's house. That's fine. But I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I was real cool.
Yeah.
people don't even realize, like, even when you unplug everything in your house, the electrical circuits are still running through your walls. That's a grid of,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, around you affecting your aura. But, like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if you ever notice, just like you saying, Empress Janetta, when all them lights go out, all that power go out, you could really feel your aura then. It feels different. Like everything around you feel real different. And your senses like be real heightened too.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I was like, and I just thought, I was like, dang, am I supposed to feel good about this? Because I mean, I wasn't even worried about it. I mean, I was mad because I had to go to work, I had to do all that, whatever. I was like, work from home, so I didn't work for like 3 weeks. But
Yeah.
I was
Hmm.
like so chill, like, playing with my sound bowls and stuff, walking around, drinking tea, chilling. And my
Yeah.
husband
Mm-hmm.
was like, you okay? Or I mean, is your mom in shock? Because I hate things to be in disarray, right? But I was cool in the skin I was in. I was cool, y'all. I was really cool. I was
As you're
really
supposed to be.
cool.
As you're supposed to be, though.
I wasn't even tripping. Like, okay.
That's
It
how
wasn't
we
even
finna
bad.
be. I can't wait till they go all the way out, Empress. That's how we finna be.
Oh, it's on and
Look,
popping then. It's on and popping.
that's a
You
different form right
understand?
there.
You
Yeah.
understand? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. All right, Ashe. So it's 6:10 tribe, so we gonna get started. So Nico Suave brought an idea to me, and I'll let him talk to you all more about, his idea. But basically, we were talking or whatever, we decided to come to the group because there's a lot of attacks going on right now, spiritually, physically, everything, is coming at us from all angles. So we thought this would be a good day to cipher on auric protection, spiritual protection, rituals, oils, different things we use, you understand, a time to share what you have been using, to protect your aura, to boost your energy, you know what I'm saying, to increase your vibration. So I think today that's what the discussion is going to be about. So I have a couple of things that I put in the chat, and I'm just gonna coordinate that like with Nico or whatever, with how he's gonna address it. And this is for everybody to share, like the tools you use, things you
Yes.
find useful, because you never know. You understand? As we all share, we all teach each other different things, and the more different type of tools that you have, you understand, the more different ways you could get to the same goal. You understand what I'm saying? Because I might have Van oil, you understand, but Sonetta might know another recipe for another type of protective oil, and you never know, you might run out of one thing but have a recipe for the other thing. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this discussion is about today. So please, you know what I'm saying, open up your mic, feel free to share your experiences and things like that. If you've been going through spiritual attack, and you wanting to talk about it, because now would be the time for that, because you on the phone with like-minded people. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes shit be going on, you can't even tell the motherfucker what's going on around you, because they ain't even going to be on the level to even understand what's going on. So use this time as your advantage to, like, really, you know what I'm saying, get it out if you got to get it out, share what you got to share. And, we all just going to have a just open cipher pretty much. So I'm going to let Nico speak now, and then, we'll just go back and forth without politics.
Yeah. And please excuse I while I finish cooking, but I am very attentive. I'm real good at multitasking. So yeah, me and Empress got to have a conversation the other night, and just to kind of give y'all a little bit of kind of a little backstory as to even why I felt so called to want to bring it up. Over the last about month in my own life, particularly, we've been seeing both the positive and negative effects of the ascension. And there's been a lot of receiving going on. But also with that, we know that there are opposition that seeks to, come alongside us. And the biggest part that me and Empress were kind of wanting to elaborate on was discernment in this time. And allowing your first eye to really be open and see the things that are taking place in front of you and feeling them. So about a little over a week ago, me and my brothers went to go and help, one of the divines, move some things from her home. And there was information that was left out as to how the situation was really occurring in her home and what was going on. But long story short, we go in, we're helping out, and her child's father was being very passive aggressive, and operating a lot in his lower self. And it got to the point that he actually was infiltrated by an entity. And my brother saw it. And so we were kind of going back and forth with him about seeing if he was going to be, you know, a little bit more aggressive than he had been before. And he ended up stabbing one of my brothers 3 times. And so we got the situation under control for the most part. You feel me? He's, you know, they're figuring out how to deal with him, and they're looking for him and whatnot. But there were signs that we saw and didn't fully see, though. There was instances before this situation, before he got stabbed, where we could have removed ourselves from the situation, but even our emotions had wavered over our discernment. And that was the biggest part of kind of the whole reason why I wanted to kind of bring it up in the first place, was because it's not just us. There's been a lot of people around us that have been saying a lot of similar things, that, you know, they're going through a lot of spiritual attack. Altars are being attacked. People physically are being attacked, spiritually, within their dreams, within their astral projections. There's a lot of this going on right now. And the one thing that we were told from the jump, the first conversation we had was why didn't you have any protection up when this is my other little brother who was there as well. He's hilarious. This is him every day.
He's a little character.
But the first thing that was told to us was, why didn't you have any? If you don't knock it off, go somewhere. Why didn't you have any protection up before you went into this house? You know, why didn't you have any protection up before you stepped into this space? Why did you not foresee some of the things that were going on? Which we did foresee some of the things going on, and for us, you know, for lack of, you know, for what it was, you know, we kind of ignored them, if you will. Not in a direct sense, but, you know, we saw them and didn't actually utilize what was being. Can you what? Oh. Anyways, so that was kind of the basis of where we want, of where I was coming from, and what I brought up to Empress, of just wanting to see and share both experiences that have been going on, so that we can release the tension that is inside of us when we're experiencing these things, but also to come alongside one another and give insight and vision and greater understanding as to what we can do to amplify ourselves to take these things on, because they're not going to stop, as we are well aware of. They're actually going to get a little bit more intense. All we have to do is be prepared for what it is coming, so that, you know, we can operate, you know, as we see fit. So something that I guess in our household that we've been implementing a lot is our crystal grids, and sitting at the altar and asking for not asking for things, but coming alongside and giving as well. So like, we just had a very big ancestral feast. Made them some beautiful tacos. Pulled some from fruits out of the garden to put up there. Got them some wine, you know, and really had a celebration, and just gave thanks for the work that is being done by those who have came before us in this physical, but those who are also a part of us in this spiritual journey as well, and are operating and functioning on our behalf to make sure that we can walk in the fullness of ourselves as well. Also, red brick dirt, like the dust, red brick dust. We've been grinding up and putting in front of the doors, because we've had, you know, spirits coming in, because we go through the day and we take on a lot of energies from other people, and cleansing ourselves, coming home, things of that sort, which we'll get into deeper as we, you know, as the discussion goes. But you know, that's kind of the basis as to where we kind of wanted to start this off. So just opening the floor for anyone to share their experiences that they've been having, and maybe what they've been doing to counteract what's been going on.
Well, I think the first thing is to be aware. Once that you be aware of that, your own intuition is going to kick in. Because if you are tapped in and connected, you're going to automatically know what to do if you listen to yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And then it'll come to you effortlessly to know what to do, as far as my experience, because all of this, until my memories come fully back, this is what, like, it's a memory, but then it feels right to do. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I never did this before, but then it comes out like, boom, there it is. That's amazing to me when I just think of things that I ain't never thought of before, and it just tells me, or tells myself to, hey, get this done and do it exactly like I've done it before. So I think the awareness part has to be a key point, and then that discernment, like Empress came out with, but using that more and more and more, so we can really activate that awareness ascension center, so we can be prepared and be able to respond more than we react.
That's right.
Thank you, Empress CK. That's real fact. What you just stated there, that's real fact. Anybody else want to share? Anybody else?
Yeah. Actually, what I've learned to do through all the trials and stuff is that, because I'm hyper, right? So my first reaction is to like trip out, but as I'm growing spiritually, right, I just sit back a little bit, and if I get goosebumps or the hairs or get a queasy feeling or whatever, I just learn to stop and just put my head on the swivel and start thinking, okay, so something's going on. So I know it's not right, right? Instead of always reacting, I'll be assertive, like, okay, hold on, we're gonna stop right now. I'm not gonna force this. I'm gonna stop, and I try to readjust myself. You know what I mean? Just like when we got in a car accident, right? I could have flipped out any given day, but I was like, no, stop. Evidently, I'm supposed to be stuck in this car wreck, right? So then we find out all the people got killed ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a lesson or a blessing. So I look at it like that. Like when they attack me, I'm like, okay, so is this attack, or are they keeping me from some type of destruction? You know what I mean? I look at it like that, because remember I told you I was on that country road, and then all them people got killed ahead of us. So if we wouldn't have gotten that road, we'd have been killed with all them truck drivers.
You didn't
remember
tell
that
us that part. You didn't tell us that part, that some people got killed. What? No.
Yeah, a whole bunch of people got killed, like a mile up. It was a big pile up with with semis and stuff. So we didn't remember you said that 3 meant something, right? Remember you said 3 meant something,
right?
correct?
I told you that, right?
People were dead on the road up a mile ahead of us.
The grace of the ancestors protect us, boy.
Because remember I kept saying, you was like, I said we was out there for 3 hours. You said
I
3
was
means
like,
something.
that means something.
But I didn't know what you was talking about until after it all transpired. I was like, damn, 3 was like, I was like, stop right here. Let me blow these tires out.
Let me just,
because we would have been right now.
The whole car off. Oh, the grace of the ancestors, boy.
Cut the whole. I remember we was going fast. My son got a brand new car. It just cut the car off like bam. Couldn't tell me why. But later on, we found out all these people got killed up. We weren't supposed to be in that mess right there.
Look at that, and that goes back. That goes back to even what we were saying before. When you are asking and calling upon those that are moving on your behalf outside of this physical realm, there are things that are going to take place that we don't even realize. We found out the day that my brother got stabbed. Our sister had transcended some years before that same day. So that same day that she transitioned, and so all this, and just to give you a little bit more of it, I'm glad you said that. My brother got stabbed across his spine, 8 centimeters long. So right across his spine, on the side of his spine, and under his cheek. Across the spine, though, this long. He walked out of the hospital unfazed. He was ready to get back to work. He was like, "What?" He was like, "Yo, sit your ass down." He didn't even want to do it. But it's like, it's deeper than what we see that's going on here. But everything we do in here is doing something here as well. So that goes into what we kind of given out before, of just that this area of deeper connection, of deeper realization that it's more than just what we seen in this physical. Like you said, you didn't know why the car shut up. But they knew why the car shut up. You need to sit down right here, right where you at, right here. Don't go no further. You go any further, it's going to be an issue. Go ahead and turn this off. We know it's brand new, so there shouldn't be a reason, but the reason is the reason.
I'm going to tell y'all straight up. I'm telling you, the ancestors is really working on our behalf right now. They really working on our behalf, and they shutting down pathways that we shouldn't even be on. My daughter, her birthday's coming up. Her born day is the 27th of this month or whatever. So, you know, kids, you understand what I'm saying. She wanted to travel. She wanted to go out of the country. She wanted to go over there to Mexico, right over there near Baja, California, right there up under it or whatever. She was planning a trip. She was getting ready to go there. She was like, "Mama, I can't find my passport." This whole last week and a half, she's been tearing up the house looking for a passport, so she couldn't purchase the ticket. You understand what I'm saying? Because she couldn't find her passport. Now, listen, she knows she ain't took her passport out this house because she ain't had to go nowhere. I was like, Shayana, the universe is blocking that for a reason. You ain't supposed to go down there right now. Plan to do something different. It's being blocked for a reason. Lo and behold, look, it's a damn hurricane blowing that shit up. First time in over 100 and something years right now. Do you know my baby would have been down there caught up in that shit?
Yep.
But something stopped her. You understand? And today we was in the car talking. I was like, now watch that passport turn up.
Pop right up, no problem.
Pop right up, no problem. But sometimes you understand, like, your ancestors will protect you and you won't even know it. But when we operating in this matrix, something that I wanted to get to and discuss, aura defense is important. But what's the first start of aura defense? Is a meditation, is being able to get in your gnosis, is being able to get yourself, you know what I'm saying, to a state where you do your protection rituals and stuff in the morning when you rise, and at night before you go to bed. Just you understand, just metaphysically for you, without any tools or anything. The tools is just a bonus, y'all. But like the certain little housekeeping things that we have to do as empaths, as spiritual people, in order to cleanse ourselves, you understand, so that we can call our energy back and so we can release anything that ain't meant for us. Because just operating every day, day to day, you're going to come in contact with all kind of frequencies. This is the energy plane. You understand what I'm saying? And they told you, energy is neither created or destroyed. It's only what? Transferred. So what's the key? The key is to tap into it, to understand the ways this energy is transferred, and then do some type of protection for yourself to go with that. And how is energy transferred? Through the senses. So you should be doing some type of protection for all of your senses. You understand what I'm saying? So I actually had a post I wanted to share with you guys because we've been talking about this. We was talking about this on current events, and Taz and Empress River, I don't know if River on the chat, she might be asleep. It's her sleep time. So But I'm gonna play that clip real quick from current events and get y'all thoughts on that, because we was just talking about this a couple weeks ago, because you could feel it coming. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like I could literally when that vortex opened over Antarctica, y'all, couple weeks back in July, I knew the shit was finna break loose, and like we had a whole discussion on org defense, because I knew that it was getting ready to be, portals was getting ready to be open, and we was getting ready to be dealing with some stuff. So, can y'all see my screen? All right. So this is the video about aura defense and your eye discernment. So let me play that real quick.
And tell all they fucking business. That's how they get you. You can't be a target.
Our discernment right now, y'all. The attacks is coming from every angle. I was talking to an empress, and she went, bless her, and got paid for a spiritual lesson or whatever that one of these conscious folks was given or whatever, you know, the ones that's charged and the supposed to be revealing shit. This person claimed that they could reveal what happened when you die, right? She bought the video, wasn't no information in it about death at all. She talking about this motherfucker was on there talking about when the archon don't go to the light. And when the archons, if you meet the archons, you got to know the right code so you don't reincarnate. Just a bunch of bullshit. But the point I'm making is after she watched the video, she started noticing that she was having spiritual changes and stuff. Shit wasn't, you know, she felt something went right. And I was like, go do a cleanse, a spiritual cleanse. Return that shit to sender, because motherfuckers is sending shit out through videos and frequencies and stuff. It's a frequency attack. And you got to be very careful right now what you letting into your spiritual hedge, what you consenting to, what you watching, what you taking in. That's why I told people to cut off the volume when you watching these people, and what do you see? Because these people sending attacks right through the conscious community, right through people that's supposed to be spiritual, but they ain't spiritual. They working for the other side. That's control, opposition.
Yup.
If somebody telling you they could tell you something to get somewhere, you gotta pay. You ain't gotta pay shit, motherfucker. Go out there in the sun and meditate. You gonna get all the answers you need. You already got the answer. You is the answer.
Exactly, Nefertiti. And just like the shit that happened here in Alabama with the girl going missing, when I looked at that, I already saw the signs and the symbols. The girl is a fucking AKA. All that shit was all in nothing but a fucking psyop.
We talked about that earlier. I share. So that's the current events discussion. So, see, we was talking about that in there. You understand, Empress? You understand? That's a frequency attack, spiritual attack, auric attack coming right through somebody that's a trusted person in the conscious community.
Yeah.
You know, but you gotta understand about how magic works. What's the most powerful form of magic? I always tell people it's air magic. So that's the first defense that you need to be putting up on yourself. It's something to protect you from that, because just people's voice will put your soul in motion. And that's the only type of magic, y'all. The only type of magic where you don't have to give your consent to be affected, because a frequency can be seen, felt, or unfelt. That's the magnetism. You know, like when a heavy motherfucker walk in the room, you can feel it immediately. They ain't got to say one fucking word.
Yeah.
Because you can feel their aura. That's an aura defense. That's an aura attack. And that's your aura giving you off a warning, too. So you want to heighten that but you also want to come up with techniques to help you build up those defenses. So for me, you understand what I'm saying? Like my morning ritual is always I do some type of ritual to call my energy back to me. Like I literally say it, but now I just say it in my head. I don't command it out my mouth because that's extended energy. But like when I wake up, I sleep with like protective crystals under my pillows. You know what I'm saying, and around my bed. And when I wake up in the morning, I always call my energy back to me. At night, I call it back to me, and in the morning, I call my energy back because you done been extending energy at night too. You done been battling like a motherfucker. You understand, in astral plane. So you want to call that energy back too. And then when I get up, you understand, my morning shower, I usually shower with something that has lavender in it, or I use a lot of sea salt, things like that. You understand what I'm saying? And I cleanse myself. But as I cleanse myself, I put my mind and I'm imagining not just being cleansed physically, but being cleansed metaphysically. And I let my mind put up an aura shield around me. Like I could see it. My aura shield is always like a purple color. Like, and I just imagine like it's coming up from the bottom of my feet all the way to the top of my head. And the way I put up my shield is I breathe in through my mouth and I blow out through my nose. You understand what I'm saying? Just deep breath while I'm in the shower. You understand what I'm saying? While I'm getting cleansed with the water, I'm also doing a spiritual cleanse and getting ready for my days. You understand? Now, if you want to take it a step further, when you're really doing a real spiritual cleanse, you're supposed to let yourself air dry. The towel ain't supposed to touch you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do, you know, if you live by yourself, you know what I'm saying, and you could be free, you could walk around and do your things and air dry off. You understand what I'm saying? Give an offering to your ancestors. Always pour some libation somewhere in your house. You need to have some type of plant, something where you can pour libation to your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Known and unknown. You want to call that protection to you that day.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because we battling the known and the unknown. So you call your ancestors to you known and unknown. It's real easy to pour libations, y'all. All you got to do, call out the name of the ancestors that you know, pour a little bit of water. You understand what I'm saying? Go through the list of the ones that you know. You understand? Then the last thing you need to say is my ancestors that are unknown. You understand? Ashe, pour that libation because you not only feeding them with the water of life, but you feeding that within you to protect you. And that's two things you should do every morning. Everything else is additional. The meditation, that's good. Do that. That'll increase your vibration if you can. If you can't do nothing but get in a good 5 minutes. And that meditation in the morning need to be to clear your mind, to call positive energy to you, energy that's going to work for me, calling the energy that's going to work for me. See yourself basking in the energy that's going to work for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Put that glow on your field. Watch that glow come from your feet. Let it work up your body all the way to your crown and imagine yourself veiled in the glow of what you want to come to you.
That's right.
Do y'all remember the Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon? And a lot of people don't realize what his journey was, like what the master already knew that he hadn't got to yet. He's sitting here asking what that next level is. He was the next level. He is the next level. So he's looking for something outside of himself. All of that came from within. He caught that bullet because he had that within. His flow was able to, I knew exactly when to turn and hit it and open my mouth to this exact point. That's not something that you consciously do. But he had to be able to receive. That's why he sent them on this. He's like, oh, you need to go look for this master, to realize that master wasn't real, so that he would look within himself.
And to heighten your frequencies, I was researching on something that came across that resonated with me about the fabrics that we wear and what frequency they hold. So I bought a linen, which is the highest frequency of all the fabric, was 5,000 hertz. Okay.
Yes.
I bought $136 for a queen set. Oh my God. But let me tell you this experience I had, all the rituals I do at night with the black tourmaline underneath the pillow and stuff. Let me tell you, that heightened, that charged, that tourmaline, okay? It was so vibratory, and I had the best. I was in like I was being cuddled and comfort all through my sleep. I woke up and I just thanked my ancestors for that embrace, because I got that embrace, because I felt it all through the night. Nothing came to me, and I called on my intent of today to keep that same protection and hurts around me all day. And guess my aura around me is purple. And if you don't know how to see your aura, know what color your auras are emitting, you guys it's so simple. You just stare at the center of your hand and just not too hard, don't force it, and to a lighter wall, or just me, I'm so good I could just any background, even the natural air, the sky, I can see the aura. So you just look in the center of your hand or back of your hand and just watch it, just look at it, and then you'll start seeing the outline of your hand, and it's gonna glow like a neon uh, illuminating white, and then it'll emit the color that you are emitting. Then you'll know what color aura that surrounds you. When you know your aura, because you can tell if you in that lower chakra, that solar plexus, that sacral, you'll be able to tell. But if you are maintaining that green, blue, and purple, white, you are good, and you shouldn't worry about nothing. But if you are that orange, reddish, color like that, you got some work to do. Then you know you got to amp your stuff up. But don't worry, you on the right track.
You're on the right track. Just looking at it, you on the right track.
Yeah, right there. Gratitude for that reflection.
Thank you. Gratitude, Empress CK. Anybody else got any suggestions? That was a good one, Empress.
I have a
that
question.
Was a good one.
Yeah.
From what she said.
Go.
Go ahead. Okay.
Floor open.
Okay.
Hey, Ashiki.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Empress. When I close my eyes and meditate, right? Sometimes, and I thought, and I don't know, and someone else can tell me, I thought like when I first started, I would see red. And then I used to see green a lot, and I would see like red, and then it would go back into green. But now I see most of the time like a pinkish purple. So would that have something to do like with my aura, like when you know what I mean, if I'm in my right zone, or you know what I mean, if I'm lower, like the red, you know what I'm trying to say? I wonder if what would that, and I will go like I'll stay at a point when I just started, taking note of it, like, you know what I mean, recognizing it. I was in red for like a month, and then I was like just talking to myself, and you know what I mean, and just trying to raise my own vibration, and that's when I hit green. And now for maybe like the last 2 weeks, I'm just in like a pinkish purple. I said I want to look like, next time. Well, I don't want it to be a next time, so I'm not going to say that. But like, I'm going to take note of if it's red again, what's going on with me or around me.
Do a journal. That's always good.
Yeah.
Log what's going on. I share.
Well, you seeing? I mean, I'm gonna I'm gonna let everybody else say what they gonna
You
say
was
because I
gonna
don't
hit
already.
it, 2K.
I know, right? Yeah, them aura fields is spectacular, man. I'm trying to tell you. Mm-mm.
I say.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. You know, Ashiki, this is what I'll say about that. You definitely seeing your auric field. Hello. You definitely seeing your auric field because when you are seeing the colors or whatever, you have to understand we produce our own light. When you close your eyes, you produce your own light. The light that we see doesn't produce from outside. The light comes from within, like the electrical signal, and then we produce the light and push it out. So that being said, when you are closing your eyes and you are seeing those colors, you are seeing the color of the light that forms. And this is how you know this to be true in a dream or when you close your eyes. Once you close them, you know what I'm saying, and you give them a minute, you begin to see light. That's the light that you're producing. So that's the aura field that you're producing at that time. So you are correct. So you was going through something, and as your aura field increased, because you was increasing your own vibration, you pulled your energy back into you. Then you saw the different chakra colors. You understand? You went to green, which is the heart chakra. Now you at the pinkish or the purple or the violet. That's what I like to call that, which is more like that third eye crown energy that you're trying to get to. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so yes, so that's also another way to look at your aura is what you see when you close your eyes. Because if you think about it, whenever you start off, you always gonna see the red, but sometimes you can't get past the red, and you just seeing the blood. You understand? You just seeing the blood. That means you trapped in the physical still. You ain't doing nothing yet. You understand what I'm saying? And then if you look at that light as you close your eyes, you'll start to see a yellowish. It'll start to turn like a yellowish. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, I'm at my plexus. Then you see the green, you understand, then the blues, then the purples, then the violet, you understand, then the white, you understand? And
Or you
that's the
didn't
way it goes.
unlock those chakras. That's means you have
Ashe.
unlocked them. That's what you done. You
Yes.
unlocked some of
Okay.
the
Ashe.
blockages. Yes.
Okay.
Ashe. And I mean, they even tell you, if you think about it, they say, oh, I was mad and I seen red.
Oh, yeah, I have heard that. Yes. Yes. Okay.
So Ashe, yeah, and that's a quick way to tell. You understand what's going on with yourself and where you at. You understand what I'm saying? And you know if you in that lower zone that you need to pick it back up because especially if something going on around you and you know what I'm saying, you do like what Suke said, or you try to do the meditation and you can't get there, you already know the reason you getting attacked is because your aura field low. So you got to do something to increase yourself real quick so you could repel all that shit from off you.
But the
Just
fact
like a
that you've been
magnet.
aware of it is even better. Like you seeing it and you seeing the change too. Like not just that, but you seeing oh, it was red at first and then it done moved up. It went from red to the green, which means you opened yourself up. You allowing everything to flow out naturally as it's supposed to. And you said your environment might have been a part of that as well too. The things going on around you might have been shaping that reality as well. But regardless of the fact is you were aware of it. You saw it. You received it. And then you said, oh, okay, well, let me figure out what I need to do with this now. Now, as you looking back, you're like, oh, okay, well, now I know. So that forward progress thinking, if I'm in a situation potentially like this again, how do I operate myself? Come on.
Sure.
And that,
so, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that just that just goes so much more into the reason why even us having this conversation in general, like, we have to become more aware. And I'm doing my best not to be, I'm not trying to give out so much right now because I've been giving out a lot. But we have to be more aware. And I'm speaking to myself when I say this too. Awareness is so critical right now. If you can't see what's going on around you, around just you, right here, if you can't even see that, how are we supposed to, how is you going to be, how you going to put up if you can't even realize what right here is going on? What is taking place around you right now? What do you see? What are you seeing? What is being seen? These things are making a big difference. You make a big difference. Whatever work you're doing makes a big difference. This work, what we're doing right now, makes a big difference. You might think it's minimal, but it's making what we wouldn't be having this conversation if it was just minimal. If it was some light, they kicking doors in. They on our ass. We have to be on top of it all day, every day. Right now, at least. Because it won't always be like this. But back to the conversation. Awareness. Y'all got to see that. Crystal work. I'm sorry if we might have to we got to get back onto line. They're giving a lot of information right now. We got to get back online. Crystal work, grid work within your space is going to make a big difference right now. So if we want to open that line up, what it is that you guys might be using, what it is that you guys might be operating with. Empress did talk about sigils as well. Things that you guys are putting around your home, on your person, and giving for others, what that's doing for you, so on and so forth. The floor is open in that regards as well.
Anybody want to start it out? I got a couple of show and tells. I'll show y'all what I have, what I travel with. So to me, you understand, like, it all depends on the person and what you are and what you gravitate towards. So I'm a crystal person. I love crystals. I don't know who else, but like I have a strong affinity for crystals. So, and gemstones and things of that nature. I harmonize really well with that power and plan. Okay, so that being said, what I have is like this, a couple of them, I call them my philosopher stones, you understand what I'm saying? Because I use them and I just, hold them in my palms and I do shit with them. And they all like, my stones are all natural and raw. So I don't know about y'all, but like this one right here, this is rainbow fluorite right here. So this is my rainbow fluorite. And rainbow fluorite is good for a lot of stuff, but it's really good for auric protection, auric defense, and it's also good for clairvoyance and stuff like that. And of course, it's rainbow, so it's got all of the colors of the chakra. But this one is in particular, it has a lot of green and purple in it. You see it? Like you can kind of see it. So you know what I'm saying? It's got that energy in it. And so sometimes when I'm in deep thought, like when I'm in my home office or whatever, I'll grab this and you can tell that it's an energy transference because right when I grab it, it feels cool to the touch. So if it's cool to the touch, that means that I'm absorbing. You understand? That's why it's cold. And if it's warm to your touch, that means it's absorbing, so it's pulling something from you. And also understand that's the way energy works. If you feel cool, that's because you warm or you pulling in the heat. But if it feel warm, then that means it's absorbing something. It's cleansing. You understand what I'm saying? These, I just put them in my windowsill. So I got rainbow fluoride. I got a couple pieces of rainbow fluoride. I got that one, and then I got this little one that I carry like in my purse. It's kind of like my little amulet or whatever. And I usually just bathe this in like Van oil that I make myself, and I just, put this like in my purse or whatever like that, it's a little defense. But I also have like some natural tiger's eye, like natural tiger's eye. I don't know if anybody is a proponent or know about tiger's eye, but this is like a catch-all when it comes to the scents as well. It looked like he got some rainbow fluoride too. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, tiger's eye. You understand what I'm saying? Very protective stone, very protective. And then I just have two other things. I have amethyst. So I have natural amethyst like that. I just tumbled to get or whatever, and I just came across this, and I done put this everywhere. Like, it still got the dirt and stuff on it. Like, look, it's some energy in it, though. It's unopposed, you know what I'm saying? It's clean. It came straight out the earth. You feel me? So I got that. That's for deep salt. And then I also have an amethyst geode, like a piece of a geode. And then I got all kind of crystals, too. Like, I got a big-ass quartz. I don't know if y'all have seen that, but I got, like, a huge quartz. But that's in storage right now. I didn't bring that with me. But these is, like, my traveling crystals. So I don't know about anybody else or what they want to share, but those work good for my energy.
Yeah, and for us who have our crystal grids and our grid for our houses, to ground that protection, get you a I got a big chunk of smoky quartz.
Yes.
That will ground that sucker there and reinforce that protection, y'all.
Yes.
Smoky quartz. If anyone don't know what the meaning of what the meaning for the smoky quartz, by all means, it's a grounding and stability stone.
Yeah, smoky quartz is a good
I grounded most of my stuff. I went and bought like all this copper, like rods, like, because my husband's a contractor, right? I went and bought real copper pipes, right? And while I was in my solitude when I ain't had no social media or anything, I just started making everything. My son was like, oh God, Mom must be depressed. Is she gonna make it stuff? But I like, when I feel a little different energy, right? I'll start sewing, doing puzzles. I gotta get creative and keep my spirits up, right? So I just made a whole bunch of stuff, like grounding rods with crystals on the top, on the bottom. I mean, I just done went crazy. They say crazy, but it made me feel good. You know what I mean? It made me feel good. So, I travel with stones in my purse. I have them in my car. I have, like, because, I'm a nurse, right? I used to carry them in my bra. When I was going to the patients, like in my pockets. I mean, crystals all over me. Because, my jewelry, I make my own jewelry. And my kids' jewelry, I make their jewelry. And I just have them, like you said, in the window sills. Like, I bought a 35-pound piece of rose quartz crystal. It was so pretty, right? And I was walking through Marshalls, right? I was like, oh, that's cute. My son said, you about to buy it. I was like, yeah, pick that up. I threw it in the car. You know what I mean? In the cart. And I just go, wherever I go, even like regular rocks, I'm still a weirdo. I still walk down the street picking up rocks, y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm 59. I'm still picking up rocks, y'all. Slate, anything like coal. Like, I like coal. I just pick up rocks. I'm always looking at the ground. Oh, this is pretty. My son was like, Mom, you are like 100. You still picking up rocks? I will put it in my pocket like it ain't nothing.
Yep.
Keep rocks. I got crystals everywhere. And I got my grandkids doing it too. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, this is pretty. Look for the fossils. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I make them look for stuff because it's a science project too. You're trying to teach them something, but it's fun. So their moms are kind of mad at me talking about why they come home with all these rocks in their pocket. They been with Yaya, still they got them picking up rocks still.
And they don't even realize what's really going on. They don't even know. Like, they don't get it.
But it's fun though, and they like it. So everybody on the ground. And we pick up pennies too. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta make it, you just got to incorporate it in what you're doing, especially for the kids because they're the future. So they should know how to do something. But yeah, about that Turboling, I got it in my pillow, like under my mattress. I have to have my kids under my mattress. I got stuff placed up under my mattress in all the rooms. Okay, so I got to make sure the kids don't choke on it. But there's something somewhere close. Yep. I mean, you just got. I mean, yeah, at all times you just never know. Like in the car, I got car. I got the herb. I put the herbs in the car too. The fennel. For the police, there's stuff to do. Mm-hmm. You got stuff to do when you go to court. You got stuff to do. Keep the boys up off of you. Got stuff to do. But I mean, we got off topic, but yeah, you gotta,
I share. Anybody else got anything they do or want to share? Any stones that they feel they gravitate toward? I think we ain't talk about selenite, but selenite is good as long as you get it clean.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of that in the house right now. But we make sure you got to know how to operate with certain things. You got to know how to cleanse certain things out. And luckily, we right by the ocean too, so we take our crystals to the waters, and get purified. But take your crystals to the rivers too. If you got whatever you're working with, purify these things. That's how you can release that whatever old energy was on it, so that you can bring new energy into it.
If you ain't got no access to no river water, no creek water, nothing like that to cleanse your crystals, this what you do. Make use some sun water or some moon water, depending on if your crystal is masculine and feminine. It's masculine if it's clear, and it's feminine if it's frosty. Okay, that you understand what I'm saying when you look into it. That's how you know what energy it has. And sometimes it could change depending on you, like your crystal could go from clear to foggy, or vice versa. That's because you're giving it some type of energy. But anyway, a trick my grandma taught me for cleansing water is she used to just get a mason jar, but hell, you could get whatever type of jar you got, but it need to be glass though, okay, or a cup or something, but you gonna need to cover it. And she would sit it out on the porch, and she would make sun water, y'all. She would make sun water. She would put her certain type of herbs or whatever, her little hoodoo herbs in there. But you ain't got to do that. You could just make the straight sun water and then bless that water, and you could use that water to purify your stones. Put your stones in it and let them bask in the sun, or put your stones in it at night with moon water and let them bask in the moon. You just need to know what time to do it at, you understand? And that's depending on what type of energy you want. Do you want Kepra energy? Then you need to put the glass out there, to catch the sunrise. Do you want it at high noon? You understand what I'm saying? Then you will put that out there at high noon, you know what I'm saying, to cleanse your stones. Or do you want it 6 o'clock p.m., evening sunset? Then you will put it out there for that time. So you just coordinate that if you can, but if you don't know, put it out there in the sun, you'll figure it out. You understand what I'm saying? Or put it out there in the moon, you'll figure out what times work for you. You understand
And
what I'm saying?
Selenite will charge them instantly. That's a natural charging stone on top of stone.
Selenite. You could cleanse them by smoke, weed smoke, tobacco smoke, charcoal smoke, incense smoke. You understand what I'm saying? You can smoke them. Yup. You could salt them out, bruh. Go get you some iron. Salt them motherfuckers out, bruh. Hey, salt is a good tool. Salt do a whole lot, y'all. Some salt. Yeah. That's an all-purpose right there, bruh. That's an all-purpose cleanse.
Remember when you told us, you was telling us how to make black salt? That was, I don't have nothing, like all my old emails and stuff, like all the stuff. I had to start off new, so nothing new was on here. The old stuff, so like I don't have any, like I had to get a new computer and stuff, so all my other stuff didn't transfer over. We say, hey, but that's okay. But yeah, I remember you had put a lot of books up there. I was like, wow, my stuff is like,
yeah, it's all still up there in the cult chat. Everything, everything's still there. And then I added about 60 new books to the cult chat. So It's a lot of files in there now. I gotta put some more, upload some more. But yeah, so it's a lot of information there now in it. But yeah, I make my own too. I think 2K, it was me and 2K, we was all on there talking about how we make our own black salt. Yeah, and
That's what I'm talking
culture.
about. I was
And
like, damn, I need
everybody
to make some of that. Yeah.
yeah, everybody got their own rituals. Like I said, some people use coals or whatever. I use my weed smoke. You understand? I use the ashes from my weed. That's my own thing. Cause when I smoke in my weed, I'm meditating and I'm manifesting. Like I be doing rituals on my weed. I don't know about nobody else, but I be
Yeah.
manifesting stuff into it. Like ain't no herb that I got that I come in contact with that I don't command something into it before I use it.
Mm.
Whether I'm cooking with it, whether I'm using it for spell work, whether I'm ingesting it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you smoking some weed and you ain't manifesting no putting no manifestations on it, that's a wasted inspiration.
Mm.
Cause you gonna take that straight to the astral plane if you got the right stuff.
I made some protection. Remember, I told you I was off for a while, like off, and I had made some protection oil, and I made some for my hair, like because I shut down my. Remember, I told you I shut down my store, and so I like all this stuff I have. So I just started making stuff, and I made some protection oil, and it smells really good. And my son was like, "Mom, you got a roller for me to put this on?" I was like, "Yeah, hold on, let me go in the basement and get something." And so I make like stuff like that. Like you said, in your recipes are like, how would you say, are unique to you, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
these are the things I thought I wanted, and so I put them in there. And now his girlfriend's talking about, can you make me an oil that I want to buy an oil that you made for your son? I was like, I kind of made it for him because it was his favorite stuff, but whatever. But it
Mm.
was fine. But I'm like you said, you just got to use like your own intuition, like he said, discernment and stuff. You just use what you have, and you command it, and it will do what you say it's going to do.
It's gonna do what you say you want it to do.
Well, that's
And that's
perfect that we can usher that in too with the oils right now. Perfect segue. Continue, please.
Oh, go. Oh, okay. So my oil that I was gonna talk about today is Van Van oil. Have y'all heard of Van Van oil? Anybody familiar
Yeah,
with that?
yeah. It's cold blooded.
Look, that's an old hoodoo favorite right there, y'all. That's an old hoodoo favorite. It cover everything. It's really
Mm.
good for spiritual protection, and it's also good for prosperity and everything like that. Like especially if you need some money to come in for your business or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get that vibration. Van Van oil, man.
Bam. Well,
I'm trying to tell you, every time I hit my hands with it, something comes through.
mm.
I don't abuse it though. I don't abuse it, y'all. I don't abuse it, but I definitely use it. So what I did was I put an article in the chat because everybody Van Van oil recipes is different. You understand
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But one thing's for certain and two things for sure. You got to have some vetiver. If you ain't got no vetiver, it ain't gonna work. That's the one ingredient that you got to have for Van Van oil. And I usually make my oils with almond oil. I don't know what else other people, but I like almond oil. I just like the smell and the carry of it and the thickness. The you know what I'm saying. So I use almond oil. But you could use other oils too. Olive oil is a really good one. You could use safflower oil. Safflower oil is really good for people, like if you're going to be putting it on your body and stuff like that, then you should definitely go with like a safflower oil or something like that because safflower oil just absorbs easily into your skin. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not really harsh. It won't make you all greasy. You know what I'm saying? So that's a really good one to use with oils that you're going to use to anoint yourself. So I put it in the chat. If y'all want me to pull up the article so we could talk about it now, we can. Or if y'all want to read it in your own leisure, you could do that. But Van Van, or you could easily Google it too. It's a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, like little recipes and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I've learned about making conjure oils, because that's basically what it is. You're conjuring the energy. Um, the longer you let it stay in the mason jar, the more powerful it gets. I at least let my stuff sit for 30 days before I use it. You understand what I'm saying, in that jar? But I'm telling y'all, that thing get more powerful over time. So what I usually do is I make me a stock solution. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, I make me a real concentrated solution of it in like my mason jar or whatever. And then what I'll do is I'll siphon some of that off. You understand? I go in there, you know, shake it, turn it upside down, you know, every day shake it, look at it, everything. Because, you know, when you're dealing with oil, you got to make sure it's not in no place where like water or it's going to, you know, sweat or anything like that, because that's going to fuck up your oil. You understand? Water can't be involved. But and then after 30 days, I just siphon some off, and it's really concentrated, and then I put it, you know, into a carrier oil, whatever type of carrier oil I want to, and then I have it. So I have the real concentrated one, and then I have the kind in the carrier oil, and that'll last me a whole year, 18 months. So you don't have to keep on making it over and over, and the longer you let it sit, I don't know if anybody could back me up on this, but I'm trying to tell you, I don't know if it's because it's absorbing more energies or what, but man, I got some 18 months. My vetiver oil is an 18 month. Man, I swear, man, it's so powerful. I had when I came down here, I got it in like a little tea tree oil bottle, like one of them little brown bottles, you know what I'm saying, that I just repurposed for the oils that I take with me. And that's just one I just take with me because, you know, I just use it for a little bit of everything. Like I said, it's a catch-all. I use it for candle work. I use it as anointing oil on me, you know, and different things like that. And, man, I'm telling y'all, my daughter, I put some in her hand, and I was like, smell this, because I'm thinking about starting to, you know, put it on my shop for sale. So I was like, how does this smell? You understand? Because sometimes you could get it and it'll get a real woodsy smell. And then sometimes you could put palm nut rosa or citronella in it and it have a more citrusy smell. So I'm trying to get it, you know, the more citrusy or whatever. And she smelled it. She was like, this smells good. This is a good one. I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about, you know, putting this on the shop. Man, y'all, 3 days later, the government done sent her a check for like $500. Talking about it's a tax return from 2022, December of 2022.
I got a testimony for that too about the Van Bear oil. You know, my one son, he's an artist, right? And they had a little event. He said, "Mom, let me put some on, right?" Because he liked the way it smelled. The one that his girlfriend liked it. Shoot, he just got a contract for 10 G's, like opening up for Boys to Men
Trying to tell you.
for 2 shows. And it ain't a junkyard band. I don't want to say that though, but you know he's a serious artist, right? And he was like, he said, "Mom, can you believe it?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did that stuff do that?" I was like, "It probably did." He was like, "Oh, that was nice," because the lady, he said the lady was talking to, she's like, "Oh, you smell good. What kind of oil you got on?" He said, "Oh, my mom made it for me," and she was like, "Oh, okay," and you know he didn't think he was gonna get it. Shoot, I made it in June, so this was like in July, right after the things happened, and she called him and sent him a proposal to open up for Boys to Men, and then In Vogue in October. So he was like, "Hey," so I was like, "Let me put you some in a rattler." I said, "But you can't abuse it. Don't be doing it like I want $500 to go to the lottery or no shit like that. You can't do that. You know what I mean?" But yeah, but I thought it was like a testimony. Like he put it on and went to the meeting, and you know, hey, so it works now.
This stuff works. This stuff works. What we telling y'all, it works. I wouldn't be on here beatboxing about it if it didn't. Cause I'm into the most effective route to get what I need. You understand? I need a result. what do? You understand? And that's just one that I done found that like really does really good. Just a catch-all for everything. But it's a lot of other type of different protection oils and stuff that you can make. And those recipes are very easy to Google, but the one key thing about oils when you're making them, the main thing is what you're going to use for the carrier, right? Because you understand that you need some type of oil to be the carrier. Whatever vessel you use, you got to make sure that it's cleaned out really well. So you got to hit it with some type of alcohol or something, really sterilize it, you understand, before you put that oil in there, right? Then what herbs are you going to use? You understand, you put the herbs in there and the stuff, or the stuff that you want that oil to be. So if you want a prosperity oil, you're going to find the herbs that vibe with you for prosperity. And that's what you're going to put in there. The stuff that smells good or however smell, you understand? A little lavender, a little patchouli, you understand what I'm saying? Whatever's going to bring that power. A little rosemary, you understand what I'm saying? And you put it in that jar, you close it up, you seal it. And then every day, that's a ritual, y'all. When you turn that jar up and down, that's a ritual. You understand what I'm saying? And you manifest. You understand your thoughts is commanding them herbs and everything in there, what you going to do. You understand you do that for 30 days. Then your oil is ready. And the longer it sits and the more you do that, the more powerful it's going to be. And that could be your catch-all oil, and it's going to work. Watch what I tell you. And that's for anything. Love, you understand, because you ain't never supposed to cast the love ritual on nobody else but yourself. So using that type of stuff, you understand, those type of oils that you make for yourself, you understand attraction oil and all of that type of stuff. But one thing I can say about attraction oil, you better put some stuff for protection in it too, because when you're attracting everything. So you need some oil protection in there too. So you got to throw something protective in there. The oils is always good. So it's sprays. You could take Florida water, yo. Man, you could take a little bit of Florida water and some regular spring water or whatever, some purified water. You can put that together and make some and put it in a spray bottle and spray it through your house. Take your spray bottle, write whatever type of manifestation you want to on that bottle or whatever, attach it with a piece of paper or whatever like that so it reflects into the bottle, and then every day you can use that to spray your house.
Look, look,
For real, it
we're not
brings
playing with
good
them like
energy.
with stuff like this, because it's very,
It brings good energy, you guys. It brings positive energy. It's just plain old aura defense. But sometimes, and I put some another article on the thing too with some crystals and stuff that you all could put in your house, stuff to work with. Those have crystals that I've worked with before. The same crystals you put in your house for aura defense is the same crystals you would wear. You understand if you into that for aura defense. But also another thing that I want to talk about is really quick is how it's the little things, you understand, that people don't realize. Like, how many people, when you go out, do you look in the eye?
I look everyone in the eye because about 3 years ago, direct message was to start to look in people's eyes. But before that, I didn't look anyone in the eye. No one. I didn't realize it till I was told to do it from source.
All right. I got a video on this, you guys, and it's a guy. He's into Sri Yantra, and y'all know the group. This group is the Mantra discussion, so that's Jainism. So I'm gonna play this video from him because I think when you look in people in the eye, you got to be careful with that because
yes,
you
you have to
really
be
connect
very.
and you really absorbing whatever's within that person. So I'm gonna play this video and then we're gonna get everybody's thoughts on this. But it's like giving some things about org defense, because that's one type of org defense is protecting what you see. So hold on one second. I'm gonna share my screen again for y'all.
Yeah, but that looking folks in the eye on her back. I stopped doing that because
Have you ever been in a situation where
grew
a
up in
friend
that.
did a personal growth program and you tried the same thing and it just didn't work?
Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
All right, you guys. It's 3 minutes and 33 seconds, of course. His name is Master Sri Akarshana. If y'all want to go follow him, he got some really good like tips, like for real. That's really good about org defense and protecting yourself from unwanted energy. So, okay, I'm gonna play this real quick for y'all.
How their energy is affects how your energy is. That energy in motion is an emotion. Emotion can be stimulating thoughts. All of these things happen. So, of course, it changes what we think. It changes our mind, what we think, how we think. I always say there's a few things you can do. Number one, most simplest thing is not to look into eyes. Why do I always say not to look into eyes? Right? Because eyes is the key to the soul. Eyes is the key to energy. Raise your hand if you've ever been in a situation before where you meet somebody, a good friend of yours. You ask them, you say, how are you? They say, yeah, everything's great. You look deep into their eyes and you see a different story. How many of you have ever had that moment before? Like you're like, no, tell me about it, right? How? How is it that you can look through their eyes and see something else? Because actually you don't see, you feel. Why? Because eyes are the biggest transmitter of energy. On the human body, eyes is the biggest transmission of energy. That's why in a lot of our practices we do eye energy transfer. You see? Power of the eyes. I see you, Cheryl. I see you. Okay. Sherry, I see. So, now, what does that mean then? So it means that, and by the way, I just want you guys to understand something. If you meet anybody and you look them in the nose, in the face, they do not know. They will not say, hey, why are you not looking me in the eyes? They don't know. That's why you'll see most of the time when I'm outside, I'm speaking to anybody, I'm only looking nose and face. I never look in eyes. Unless I'm trying to see something. Okay? So the first protocol I would say is avoid direct eye contact. You will absorb less energy. Number two is, okay, you protect your energies using breath. Also, that breath is life. Breath is energy. What does that mean? By exhaling out through the nose, a gentle. Anybody who did any energy healing practice with me before know when we inhale, energy comes in. When we exhale, your aura expands a little bit and creates a bit of a protection shield. So number two, we expand our protection shield. Very simple. Okay? With just breath out. Next time you have any negative person complaining, moaning around you, all you need to do is just a light. You'll realize while they're speaking negative and you're exhaling, you will realize you don't feel it anymore. It doesn't absorb.
Okay, all right, that's it for him. Now, what I'll say to you, Empress and Shiki, if that's your assignment, is to be looking at these souls, you need to be making sure you're doing some real serious spiritual cleansing throughout the day.
I think the only people that I see are those people in my home or my family, which are my children. I don't see anyone else. I don't go outside to grocery shopping. I don't go to work. You know what I mean? Like the most I go outside is every morning I take a ride to the waterfront and I sit in my car and watch the sunrise. So anyone I'm looking at are direct connections to me, and it has tremendously helped because it allowed me to eliminate people like immediately that should not have been there, that were there for all my life, that I would have never just really looked at these people. They would still be here. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
fine.
as
That's
far as
fine.
family.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're looking with a purpose. We're
Yes.
talking about just everyday encounters with people out in the matrix.
I don't go outside.
Everyday interactions with people, you guys. When you go to Walmart, somebody checking you out or whatever, the DoorDash guy to come to your door, you understand? Look them in the nose, look them at the cheek. You understand what I'm saying? When you go
Right.
into the teller, that type of stuff. You understand? That's the real deal when shit get connected to you. You understand? When you absorb and stuff. So just, take that as a little spiritual tool with you.
It's been about 2 years that I can't really go. I noticed when about 2 years ago, when I was going out like to Walmart, to ShopRite, to wherever, you know what I mean, grocery store, wherever, I would feel too much. I could feel every energy around me to the point where I couldn't. And I told my boy, I'm like, I can't go outside. I cannot do this. I can't do it. And then at first I started staying in, and it's only been maybe like a year, a little over a year, maybe about 13, 14 months, that the most outside I do is watching the sunrise, or I'll go with him because he goes fishing a lot. And I'll put my blanket, like, you know what I mean, whatever park he's at, and just be like with, when he's in front of me, fishing. I don't know if it's the area I'm in, but I could feel these people. It's not good energy. It's not. I am in a world, it's not good energy. I could literally feel it in my inside. Like, you know what I mean? It tickles my insides. And I know the difference between a good tickle and a bad, like, feeling tickle. So I don't go. My kids they do, if I need groceries, or, you know what I mean, order online and they go pick it up. I can't do grocery stores or anything.
But that's you listening to yourself too, which is a part of your defense. Like, I know that I don't need, not happening. I'm going to be over here out the way. That's huge. That's good.
Yeah. I'm unsure if it was just something for me that I needed to just be in, a form of solitude, because through that, it literally allowed me to clean a lot of direct attachments off of me that shouldn't have been there. So it's worked for me. You know what I mean? It's what I'm doing is working. And of course, any day it could change, any minute. You know what I mean? Like everything, but as far as what I've been listening to myself, you know what I mean, and following it, it's right. I'm right on track. I feel like right on track.
Good. Well, that is good. That's good. And I think that's part of the whole key to everything when you're dealing with spiritual protection in your org. The things you're doing will feel good to you. Doing what your intuition tells you that you need to be doing at that time, because that is for a reason.
Right.
So I think.
And
Anybody
how
else
far
got
can you
anything?
get if your own house is dirty? You know what I mean? You got to clean your own
Oh,
house.
you can't get nowhere because you're gonna magnify
I
that to
told you I was
everything
red.
around you.
I was red. It was, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? So I needed a lot of in-house cleaning.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And it's easy to make spiritual baths too. All you got to do is the herbs that you want to use to increase your frequency and stuff like that. You just take them, you put them in one of those little steeping bags or whatever, and you boil them. Or if you boil them in a thing, you get your little strainer and strain them out, and then you take that tea and you pour it into your tub. You understand what I'm saying? And then you get in there and you take your bath. Boom, spiritual bath. And it's whatever. See, it's so many different herbs and different things that you can use, plants, you understand, to help with this type of stuff, you understand, but you got to see what works for you. Because just because I like lavender and it get me there don't mean lavender and chamomile gonna get you there. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta find the ones that work good for you and your auric field and you merge with. And the only way you're gonna do that is to, you know what I'm saying, use them and see, you know what I'm saying? So that's just another thing, like learning and growing. But that was a real good thing that he said about taking a breath in and blowing it out when you're in a situation. Have y'all ever noticed that though? Like when somebody talking, they could be talking that boo boo lay ray. You know, when you breathe in, like when you breathe out, you can't even hear what they saying. If you really think about it, you know, that's one of the de-escalation techniques they teach you. You know what I'm saying? They tell you take a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? When you take that deep breath in and when you blow it out, you so concentrated on blowing out the breath, you ain't even there for a second. You got to refocus your energy back there. You understand? After you blow that breath.
Yeah. All right.
So you understand that's definitely auric expansion, like breathing. You understand respirating is a big part of aura defense. And you know, some of the most powerful meditations is the breath work meditations, y'all. And I'm not real heavy into that, you understand, but I know some people that are. But I know that's like a really, really powerful form of meditation. You know what I'm saying? My thing is creation. I like creating stuff and drawing and, you know, making stuff with my hands. So that's a powerful for me. But I know a lot of people, and I do know, like, when I've done, like, little breath work exercises, you know, for my altar work, that I have done some really powerful rituals with that. So, you know, I don't do breath work meditations every day, but you have some people, and they practice in breatharians and stuff. That's how much breath work that they do, that they could even get themselves to a metaphysical plane where they ain't got to eat. And you know, if you ain't got to eat, your aura is very high. Because you ain't got no attachment to the flesh at that point. Ah, shame. So anybody else got anything they want to talk about, or defense, or any stories, or anything like that? You know, anything they want to share?
Yeah, aura defense.
Who's speaking? I can't say it again.
I say
Anybody?
aura defense.
Mm-hmm.
You was talking about if we want to talk about that.
No, I said, do you have anything else that you want to share for aura defense? I think I shared what I was going to share,
Okay.
but is there any other questions? Do you all have any questions, anything you want to ask about really quickly about, you know, spiritual protection, aura defense, crystals, anything, healing oil, stuff like that before, you know what I'm saying, we end the discussion or anything relating to that?
I just wanted to say, like, it's unfortunate for me, like, as a younger person. Well, when I was younger, I'm not young anymore, but when I was younger, I had no idea about being an empath, and I didn't know anything about being able to, like, protect my energy. Or so when I went into the workplace, I found, like, that's when I felt it the most. When people were ill, I felt ill. People were angry, I felt angry or anxious. And, I just feel like it's just unfortunate that, like, our people don't know a lot about it. You know what I'm saying? And they did, it wasn't, there was no focus to teach us, kind of how to cope if you are empath. Like, I didn't even know what empath was probably until, like, maybe 3 years or 4 years ago, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of anxiety and, issues just because of that, just the transference of energy, so, it's better now. But I know naturally I drop my eyes. I don't look a lot of people in the eye. I'll say hi and then my eyes go down, and they're probably like she's autistic or something. But that's just, it's like a natural way to protect. I know it's a way to protect my energy.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And Empress Danette, that's definitely a good way to protect your energy. And like Empress Danette said, just try to travel, with your spiritual protection. You guys don't be out here just traveling with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Do some type of auric defense. Just incorporate that into your daily routine. If you got to be traveling in your car right now, put you some type of protective sigils. Anubis is really good for traveling. I don't know, somebody else might have another suggestion. You can also do Olacum, but I think Anubis is the best for that. But you need some type of, or some protective sigil or something in your vehicle. You understand? Oh yeah, Ochosi is good with that too. I have a lot. I have Ochosi amulets in my car and stuff, and that'll just help you ward off negative energies, ward off the Gestapo police. You understand what I'm saying? Ward off accidents, or if you do have them, it's just to protect you. Your car might be buffed up, but you'll probably just walk right out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's the little things right now that you do to protect yourself that's going to make a big difference in your life and in your day and in your vibrations and in how you are operating in the matrix and also in your family. Because remember, when we go out here in the matrix, we still have to come home. And if energy's clinging to you and stuff, you understand, you got your family, they going through stuff, shit cleaning them too. So you have to just stay cleansed up so you could be in the right frame of mind for if you the only one there awakened or you the only one there that's strong, so you could deal with it, and you know what I'm saying, and be able to get past whatever's going on without letting your energy get drained, or you can change the situation or reverse the situation to your favor. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just, time, effort, put it into yourself. And everything else, let it flow. You understand what I'm saying? Let it flow. So I didn't have a whole lot today. That was really what I wanted to talk about. I also wanted to just say a brief thing about what I posted about the brother Rashad Jamal. I just want to say, and I'm not finna get into all what he was charged with and if I feel he was doing it and all of that, because that shit don't matter. What matters right now is either way it go, no matter how you feel about the situation, frequency attacks is running high, and it's still a frequency attack. They bammed him on the third floor in the third courtroom on the 33rd parallel. That's all I need to really say. And they gave him 16 years. 1 plus 6 is the number of completion because that's the number 7. So, listen. Don't give no energy to that. Don't give no energy to nothing right now except for yourself. Everything outside of you is just something to distract you from ascending, and getting the messages that you need to be getting. You understand? When one pawn come off the chessboard, the other player still got to play. You understand what I'm saying? We all got to be strong. You understand? We at war right now, y'all. We at war, and we got to be strong mentally. You understand what I'm saying? So that was the real reason, I came with this org defense stuff. I didn't even know about his trial or anything of that. And, and that's just all I'm going to say about it is just stay focused and stay fighting and stay vigilant. You understand what I'm saying? And don't let stuff hit you or don't let stuff bring you down. Don't let the illusion of control, like these people got some control over you, take you over, because they don't. You understand what I'm saying? They really don't. And I always say this, and I mean it, when you are in your realm of ancestral protection, you is fine. But as soon as you step into this matrix and you go into their realm, all bets is off, y'all. So know where you at, know what you dealing with, know what type of contracts you sign, and know what type of consent you giving. Because a lot of people get roped up because they're outside of their realm of protection. You can't go and walk behind the enemy lines butt naked with no armor on. Don't they always tell you it's better to fight an enemy on home turf? Stay on home turf and you'll be fine. People ain't got no power as long as you in the astral. But as soon as you come down here to their plane fucking around with this material and this bullshit and this ego shit that they use, they gon' bam your ass. Because that ain't what you came for anyway. That's all the illusion and the distraction. And that's all. That's my only message on that. And everything else, y'all got it, bud.
We must be some real bad mofos for them to work so hard to try to, they work so hard to try to, to get to us. You know what I'm saying? We must be real bad, okay? We bad.
Don't you know it? Well, you gotta know we really the shit, because can't nobody on this whole earth be healed if it wasn't for a melanated woman's cells right now, bitch.
You better say.
Okay. It's true.
That tells you everything you need to know. We got the codes to heal the whole planet and destroy it, because they also use them same genetically engineered cells to find something to try to kill people. Ain't killing us, but it's killing a bunch of them. So what that tell you? We got life and death in our hands, in our DNA.
That's right.
So these people ain't got no power other than the power that we done gave them. Ashe.
Ashe.
And you know what? It's funny about when you said that, the power in your hands. Remember that old song they sing in church? You got the whole world in your hands. We really do. I mean, it might have just been a spiritual or whatever, a God spell, but you really have the whole world in your hands. And so if you ever notice, whenever we get fed up and get tired, this bitch fall down. Okay?
That's what's going on now.
We rising up. Fuck the dumb shit. We rising up. And then every time a mama feel hurt or whatever, or any female energy feel hurt, boom, this go, that go, boom, boom, boom. That means the consciousness is raising in our realm, right? Everybody tired. And so it got to go. Remember, it has to go, everybody. We can't hold on to one piece without the other piece. It all has to fall down.
That's why I cry out every day. I let the universe know that I'm upset every day. I don't care. I let her know that I'm upset, that I'm not happy. This is not right. So I just watch it just fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Call out every day. Let her know. You know what I'm saying? Let her know.
Ashe, and that's the way it's gotta go. And I ain't panicked. I ain't nothing. I'm straight at the 0 point, because I know this the way it's gotta go. And I'm the set point for a lot of people, because people be saying, I'm like, shit, why is it such a bad thing? You understand? Just like Empress Danetta came on here and was like, that power went out, thank you. Like, it ain't a bad thing. for these shit to go and for these people to lose control over you and your life. Like right now, you got so many people that's been caught in this illusion, and they still caught in it, going to work and every day. Motherfucker ain't even got enough money to put a roof over their head and a piece of bread in their mouth and go to the dentist. You understand? A damn sure ain't got no time for themselves spiritually. You understand? You gonna let these people work you to death? Well, if the universe got to burn it all down to stop y'all ass because y'all gonna keep on giving them power, I'm finna let it. Shit, I'm finna get out the way. I don't even care. I'm ready for it to go, bruh. I'm ready for it to go. I wake up every morning like, shit, has the plate shifted and something gone, motherfucker? Like,
Well,
I'm for real.
this is kind of off topic, but today I was listening to something on Clubhouse, and this lady, she worked in transportation, and she said that in, I think it's Oklahoma, they started the routes with the AI buses. They didn't give the parents notification, and they didn't even tell the bus drivers they were doing that. And she said the AI buses picked up some kids, passed some kids, didn't pick them up on, and they had a lot of like problems. So just letting people know now, they're starting it out, this AI bus driving these kids, and I don't know.
Man, that ain't a good look. Man, people gonna send their kids to the killing fields. They finna get what they asking for. I wouldn't have my child in no school. I wouldn't have my child in a piece of school. Y'all, look, see, that's what made my whole earring fall off. That's how heavy my magnetism got when I said that, because that's how much I meant it. You understand? But I know everybody got their jobs and shit like that. But what's more important right now, your job, your money, or your progeny? That's really what it's about. Man, I don't care. And that shit's for real as hell. Because, and I know people like, well, if I don't work, we won't eat. Well, what's going to happen if you working for nothing because you're something that happened to your progeny? Blood. Bloodline done. Your child ain't got no type of protection up in them goddamn principalities. So your child shouldn't be there. And everybody by now should have been done made preparations and got shit in order for their children to not be there. I can understand when COVID first happened, all of the excuses, but right now ain't no motherfucking excuse other than the excuse that your ass just too lazy to fucking do it. I'm just keeping it real, and some people might get offended by it. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nothing more important than my goddamn child. Not Nan check. Never been. Never will be. I'd have figured out a different way. I homeschooled mine towards the end because the shit got crazy. You understand what I'm saying? But even when my kids was in school in the 2000s, they was in like a private charter school. The public schools was already too far gone even then. So I can't even imagine what the fuck the public schools is like right now. Because they was bad in the 2000s, bro. So, people put, everything before what's really important in the damn illusion. And that's exactly what these people want. And, like I said, everybody got their own cross to bear with that. But kids on AI buses, but AI pass the kids, motherfucking satellites and shit falling out the sky. I've been posting that in current events and stuff. Man, what if the goddamn satellite go out and your baby's on and your baby's fly off the goddamn cliff? Like any fucking thing, man, them AI cars don't work right. They know this shit. They could tell you your kids fell off the cliff and be done took your kids for harvesting right now. They're trying to get kids, bruh. They need codes. The reason
Yeah,
why
that's
they
what I'm
targeting
saying.
the kids, yeah, they need codes. Y'all, the reason why they targeting the kids because the kids got the immortal stem cells in them still. You have your immortal stem cells, yo, till you like about 7 or 8, yo.
Yeah, and she was very upset because she said none of the parents came down and raised hell.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, they
Because
okay with
they
it.
some bot. They some bot. They some bot. You had so many people that was upset when COVID hit and they kids had to stay home and they was upset because they feel like the school is a goddamn daycare and they was mad because their children was home with them and they had to deal with their own kids. That's a motherfucking shame. That's a motherfucking shame. People want to always put their responsibilities on somebody else and make up a goddamn excuse. But then when the worst fucking happens, you want everybody to be looking in your face with sympathy. It's a choice.
You said energy is exchange. So if you put 100% in, you got to get 100% out. So you can bullshit around and do 50%. And so, okay, your 50% doesn't waver out. And then you want to be, everybody want to be a victim. Like, oh, don't nobody care about none of that. Cut it out. I mean, you get into it, what you put out. Especially when you're in the matrix, regardless. If you out there, you done opened up the whole world to your innocent child who still got their imagination and they 3. Are you kidding me? So the only thing they gonna do is suck the life out of those children, and then you got a teenager or an adult. Like you said, it's easier to raise a good child than to fix a broken adult. I mean, that's my psychology shit going on.
That shit is all programming. That shit is
I mean, it's just all programming. So you handle it now while they 3, or wait till they get 13 and whooping your ass in the back because the whole system told them not to like you anymore. I mean, there's choices. Like you said, you got to sign a contract with the free will or what you willingly free to give up.
If you think about that shit, they send all that damn paperwork home to your ass and you signing your child over to the principalities.
Right.
Giving them permission to do all kind of stuff over your kids, administer health care and shit. You don't never know, they could be vaccinating that school water, them goddamn school lunches, any of that motherfucking shit.
I'm gonna tell you what they do, but I'm just saying. But like you said, it's a choice. People can't do nothing to you unless you give consent. If you sign them contracts, you give them the consent to fuck your shit up. Even yourself at work, you can sign. You have to sign your name in blue on the dotted line to be mistreated. Because they can't mistreat you until you give consent. And once you give consent, you out of there. There's no recourse. And the court's on their side. But anyway, okay, I'm done.
No, we telling the truth. That goes all the way back to what we just had said previously. And that's as long as you in your ancestral plane, you protected. As soon as you step over there or across enemy lines on them goddamn contracts, which is nothing but a square piece of spell work put into paper, there you're going to put your signature on it. Okay. And now you come into play. You better damn sure be ready to fight. And that's real. And it's getting realer than real. And that's what happened to them people over in fucking Hawaii. They just lost all their fucking kids. Whole neighborhood of kids they claimed got burnt up in a fire. You know they took them motherfucking kids, y'all. People so goddamn dumb, y'all. Y'all know they took them motherfucking kids. Come on, y'all. Come on.
My heart said the same thing. My heart said the same thing. When they said they called school off that day, and then the clown is up the hill, I said, oh, there's 6 tunnels under there. You know, I ain't trying to get off topic. 6 tunnels under that island with them submarines in that bitch. Okay, let's keep it a buck. Okay, them babies, you know, help them souls. Okay, because them babies is gone, and they ain't found None of their bones, y'all. None.
They saying they ain't gonna be able to recover no DNA because the fire was too hot. Since when, bitch?
All them children, all them kids was gone. And the parents that was home, they got their kids out. But look, and y'all still had to go to work. Oh, they can cut the gas. Tell Oprah that bullshit.
We done seen bodies get charcoal burnt and the skeleton is still there. Okay.
Them
so you're not finna motherfucker tell me that it ain't no damn material that you can cover. But since you saying it ain't none, it's because it ain't none, motherfucker, because what no goddamn kids there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I believe that with all my heart.
Oh, I know it. I don't even believe it. I know it to be true.
Mm-hmm. I cried for the babies because I was like, wow. I cried that day. I was like, oh, they called school off. I was like, here we go on a kid grab.
Call it off. They didn't call it off. What they did was the kids was there, and then they told the parents that they released all the kids back home during the high winter virus, and they saying that all the kids went back home without the parents knowing and got burnt up. They a motherfucking lie. Oprah and them done swooped in. When that bitch went to buying up that island, everybody should have known. All them celebrities up there in the mountains ain't doing nothing but sex trafficking and organ trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
there's a portal. There's a portal on that island. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's a portal on that island, a big juicy one.
Man, it's like 2 portals on that island, 2 or 3. Man, and look, and it's just a shame, but people don't even realize the game. Like, these motherfuckers, everybody like, well, their houses didn't get burned. Bitch, your house wouldn't have got burnt neither because you above the fire line in the goddamn mountains, nigga, with a damn big-ass multi-million-dollar flame retardant house with sprinklers and all kind of shit. Man, them people that was down there in the goddamn lowland, they had all kind of bad electricity, all of them houses built right next to each other. All that shit was against building code. Now the insurance saying they ain't finna pay them nothing.
Right. Yeah.
So them houses was dangerous to begin with. They set them people up to fail. They knew all it was going to take was one spark from something to torch that bitch, and then
yeah.
Look,
they got out on them.
They got him. Look, this shit is chess, not checkers. That's all I'm saying. Kids got a mortal cold in them right now. These motherfuckers are fighting for their life, tooth and fucking nail right now, tooth and nail. Time done ran out for them. It ain't time done ran out. They out of time. So now they just snatching up kids. They being sloppy with it. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck. So if you willing to take your child out of your eyesight right now and put them right there in the enemy's plane, just know what you are deal with. That's all I got to say. And I'm going to leave it at that. Bliss the kids up, you understand? And that's all I can say. You know, ain't nothing else can be said. You know, hell, if I was living in this time and I was in my young fertile years, I wouldn't bring shit forth with all of this shit going on right now. This shit crazy. This shit crazy. They doing crazy shit in hospitals, the women now that's giving birth, vaccinating people's babies without them knowing it and all kind of crazy shit. You just have one story of some nurse that was in there murdering infants and stuff. They ain't catch her till she had murdered about 10 infants. Like, you know, them motherfuckers is jabbed up and done lost it. Now they talking about this motherfucker probably finna come out with some more COVID mandates for this other fake pandemic that they got after he done signed over everything to the WHO. You think you're gonna be able to get into a hospital without taking that clot shot?
I don't want to go into one, ever.
Man, they can't pour me into one. They could kiss my ass. I'm ready to go from this plane before I let them touch me again or experiment on me with any fucking thing. I'm for really tell, too. I ain't bullshit.
Yeah. Because, you know, I'm in the state of Ohio, right? So our nurse board, the Ohio Board of Nursing, right? They sent us a little, I'm going to send you a copy of it. They sent us a little memo. All the unvaccinated nurses that refuse to take, you know, the Jabberwocky or whatever, we'll pay y'all $88 an hour. Look, 88, what that sound like? We'll pay y'all $88 an hour because we need help. They're going to give us a $30,000 sign-on bonus for the state.
No, thank you.
You know,
No,
look. Guess what? I'm gonna eat Roman noodles or swallow my spit talking shit before I go up in the hospital. I will swallow my spit.
No, listen. Anything
Do you hear what I
if they're
said?
offering you as an unvaccinated person the money, don't take it because they trying to get you into that fucking registry and figure out who ain't and who is. Don't do shit.
I didn't, but I'm just saying. But that's the memo that came out.
I'm just saying that to everybody else. Like, don't do shit with that shit, y'all. Don't let nobody know no status. Just don't do nothing, bro. Right now, just be still. Hold your water. Now is the time to shut your mouth and don't let them pull the okie doke up on you. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you know, they trying everything. Like you said, they grab her for straws.
These niggas done hit you.
The 88. You see that 88?
Niggas ain't shit. But hoes and tricks.
Hoes and tricks. 88.
Well, y'all, we done been talking for a little minute. I'm getting ready to come on up off of here for the I did record it, so it'll be here, you know, for you all to go back through again. And if y'all have any questions about stuff like that, because it's hard to cover everything about orc and spiritual defense in just a couple hours, because it's many different things. But if y'all, you know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
If y'all have something specific that y'all want, any type of topic, feel free to always throw it in the chat or just DM it to me. You understand? And like I did with Nico, we'll make some. Okay.
Thank you. No, thanks, Empress.
All right. Well, thank you for appreciation, and y'all go and peace, power, and protection. And I will see some of you all on what is it, Wednesday. Wednesday will be in current events at 8:00. And I'll pick up from what I couldn't pick up because it's a lot of shit. All
See
right.
that.
I say tribe. I say
Ashe.
peace and love.
Ashe.
Peace and love you all. Till next time.
Bye.